Welcome back, you guys, to the 412 Homestead. I know it's been a minute since we put out a video, but you guys, we had a medical emergency, and it wasn't just anything small. It was my silver fox, my honey, my husband, cameraman, had some heart issues, you guys. He wound up in the hospital and had a blockage, wound up having to have a stent. So we have been running around like a chicken with her head cut off, trying to get things done to where we can have meals, get his medicine, let him rest, all that kind of stuff that we're supposed to be doing. That being said, we're going to kind of shift over to throwing in some heart healthy foods. You know, our cardiologist said, you know, you're not going to be able to do everything 100% just as you go home, but try to make some lifestyle changes, you know, every day. Implement something. We're cutting out sugar as much as possible, not frying things, eating more fish and more chicken and vegetables and things like that. Things that, you know, you just take for granted. You come home from work and you just grab something. Well, we've got to plan more what we're going to eat. So that being said, we're going to make a vegetable pizza tonight. He wanted vegetable pizza several weeks ago before all this took place. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a vegetable pizza tonight. Hopefully we've cut some things down. It may not be 100%. So anybody out there that is in the medical field that sees that I'm doing something wrong or I should have cut out more, you know, we're learning. This is a new journey for us, so we're going to do you up a vegetable pizza tonight. So let's get it all put together. All right, you guys, we're going to make that pizza, and tonight we're going to make it using that pizza crust that we found at the Dollar Tree in our previous series that we did, and it's ready to top. We don't have to bake it. The only reason we baked it in the other one is because we had to melt everything. This is going to be a cold pizza, something that you're going to have to keep in the icebox. So it is ready to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get this open, and it's going to be ready to top. We're not going to have to do anything to it. The recipe that I normally use is crescent rolls. It's 2 cans of crescent rolls. Well, I can only imagine probably the numbers on crescent rolls. I feel like we're making a better choice from looking at this package and the calories, the fats, the sugar. I think we're making a better decision by using this pizza crust that we got at the Dollar Tree rather than the crescent rolls. So substitute, guys, whatever's best for you. And that's one thing I was going to tell you is that, you know, I did a lot of looking in the grocery stores, trying to find things that were fat-free, no sugar added, you know, trying to cut down on the sodium to help his blood pressure, things like that. So when I bought things, I bought light instead of just the full flavored. The cream cheese, it calls for cream cheese. I know there is a fat-free brand. I couldn't find it at our store, but I did opt for the 1/3 less fat. So anywhere that we can cut the calories, the fat, the sugars, you know, is what we've got to do. So in this recipe, we're going to use the light and the 1/3 less fat in our first layer. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some things measured up, and we're going to make that first layer and get it spread on our vegetable pizza. All right, we got to get that first layer mixed up. So we're going to start out with 1 cup of our sour cream. And like I said, I did find the light. I didn't find any fat-free, but I did find the light, so we're going to use it. That looks like we got it good right there. 1 cup. You want to make sure you get it all out of there. Don't leave anything behind. Okay. And then we need 1 8-ounce cream cheese. And like I said, I did find the third less fat. And it is softened. It'd help if you guys have it softened up. So we're just going to put that in there. And then we need, let's see, 1/4 teaspoon. It says garlic salt. I'm going to use garlic powder. And we're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of that. And then it calls for dill weed. Give it that good old taste. It calls for 1 teaspoon of that. So I've got me 1/2 teaspoon there. I'm just going to put 2 of them in. And then it calls for 1 package of ranch dressing mix, the dry powder. So we are going to, there we go, here's our scissors. We're just going to open that up, dump that in. And then we're just going to give that a mix with our old trusty mixer. Our old loud mixer, that is. But she gets the job done. When we get that mixed up, then we're going to spread it on there. I won't make you guys listen to this old loud thing, but just give it a mix. When you get it all blended, then stop, and we're going to spread it onto the top of our pizza crust. All right, we are all blended up, and we're ready to get it onto our pizza crust. Like I said, there's no sense in me baking this because it's already been baked. So we're going to put it in the icebox anyway when we get it all put together. So I'm just took it out of the package, and I'm just going to spread our cream cheese, sour cream, and our spice mixture right on top of this pizza crust. We're going to want to go all the way to the edges. We want it all covered. Going to be kind of thick and creamy, but that'll be something good for all of those vegetables to sink down in. It'll hold the vegetables on top of the pizza. And it smells really good. That dill weed, that ranch dressing, smells really good and fresh. I hope you guys are enjoying our videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Our channel, you guys, we've reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all. We appreciate every one of you. And I tell you, if you've got any suggestions for me, you know, we've been down this road. It was 21 years ago that my husband had his first heart attack. And we ate really good for a long time, and then you just get out of the habit. You know, life hits you, and you all, if you're like us, eating healthy is expensive. Oh my goodness. But you know, that's why we are going to grow that garden this year. We're going to get some more of those fresh vegetables that we can not have to rely on the grocery store. All I got to say is but God. If people don't realize how much you need God in your life, I hope you realize it before you get in a situation like we were in, because I thought that my husband was gone, but God. So let's get those vegetables chopped up, get this pizza put together, because we're hungry. We've got to get our vegetables rinsed off first. But what we're going to do on our pizza tonight, we like cauliflower and broccoli. We like some sliced green onions. We're going to put some chopped up carrots, and we're going to use some red pepper, and we're going to top it off with, I could not find fat-free cheese. I know there's fat-free cheese, but our grocery store was limited. I'm going to use this fancy shredded Parmesan cheese is what we're going to top it off. We're going to get this rinsed up and then we'll get to chopping. All right, guys, let's get this thing cut up. Now I'm going to just take my cauliflower and I'm going to cut that stem off because I don't want that on my pizza. We're just going to take that off, discard it. You know, if we had chickens, I'd feed it to the chickens. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this up into smaller pieces because we're just going to layer it over our mixture here. And I don't want just great big hunks. So I'm just going to make it where it just, you know, when you cut cauliflower, it just kind of falls apart. And that's kind of the way we want it. We want it to just fall apart, and I've got it down to that stem. I'm just going to get rid of that stem right there. And actually, I'm just going to give it a chop to where it's a little finer. Let's see what we got here. Let's just go over here and just put this on our pizza. We're just going to layer it as we go, so when we get done, it'll be ready to put in the icebox and chill. I think it does taste better once you do chill it because it has a chance for all those flavors to marry together. We're going to need a little bit more, so I'm just going to break off another piece and just chop that stem out of there because we want this to be loaded. That crust held together pretty well the other night where you could actually pick it up with your hands and eat it, so that way it will support all that we're going to put on it, but it'll be these fresh vegetables. And like I said, if I could have found fat-free things to use, that's what I would have done, but we did not have that option. So I'm doing as the doctor told us, cutting out what we can with what we have, and hopefully it's the healthier version. It's definitely healthier than if we would have went and just bought a greasy old piece of pizza somewhere. Now and I'll probably do this in another video for you guys, I wanted to try the cauliflower crust pizza. Now if anybody has done the cauliflower crust pizzas, hey, drop me some hints down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you did it, because I've not ever made one, but I know it would be a healthier version than even this pizza crust that we're using. So if you guys got some tips, tricks, please let me know, because like I said, this was 21 years ago that my husband had to have a stent. So this is number 2. Not something that he was wanting for his 60th birthday. And by the way, you guys, he turned 60 while he was in the hospital. The night after we got in the hospital, it was a bad night, y'all. I thought it was going to be the last time that I seen my husband, because they were one step away from calling the rapid response team for him. And all I can tell you guys is but God. God spared his life, and you know, I was telling him as they were working on him, I was saying, honey, you got to hang on. You got to wait till your birthday. And the nurses was like, what? It's your birthday? And I said, yes, he's going to be 60. Or actually, I thought he was 60 at the time. But he says, I got 2 hours. He knew what time it was. And so the nurses said, we're coming in to sing him happy birthday at midnight. And I said, we'll do it. Well, you guys, at 12:30, here they came. They had found him, even though we were in the there for a heart attack. These sweet nurses had went to the vending machine, got him a roll of donuts, a little thing of ice cream, and made him a hat and colored it all for his birthday and sang him happy birthday. So we celebrated him. Even though we were in the hospital, we still celebrated. But thank God he's still here with me, and it is a pleasure to be able to cook for him. So we're going to try to do it up healthier here. So we're going to do our broccoli, and we're going to do it the same way. We're just going to cut it down just to what I think will fit on this pizza. And you know, we'll save the rest of this for another meal. We'll have some steamed broccoli and cauliflower. That will be a good thing. And I'm just really kind of cutting the ends off here. That stem, I'm just getting rid of it. So I'm giving them a little haircut. We're going to spread it right on top of there. That's probably going to be enough. Let's see here. By the time we get all of our veggies on here, yep, that's going to be probably a plenty. So what would a veggie pizza be without some chopped up carrots, fresh carrots? You know, he likes fresh carrots, and doing that, the sour cream and the ranch dip. And if I can find the fat-free, that'll make it even that much better. That way he can dip the broccoli, the cauliflower, and the carrots in that dip. But we're just going to chop this up in smaller pieces, and we'll spread that over our pizza. And you know, guys, you think you have life bad until you're faced with something that's out of your norm, like this hospital stay, and you're in there, and there's people that's been in there for a long time, and you know, they don't have much family that comes to visit them, and it sure quickens you into realizing how fortunate you are. So this was just a thank God we're home. Just made us realize that how blessed we are, how God watches over us. There are so many people praying for him. If you don't believe in the power of prayer, I could turn that camera around and you'd see evidence of what power of prayer does. But doesn't that look pretty? It's looking really pretty and bright. Now let's get some pepper cut up, some onions, then we're going to top it with that cheese. I'm just going to take a thin little cut off that side because we're not great big pepper eaters, but I know that that's going to give it a good taste. So I do want a little bit of that pepper on there. And after buying vegetables at the store, you guys, we are already thinking about what are we going to plant in our garden. Getting our garden lined out, because we got to have that fresh vegetables in our diet. You know, the trays that they would bring my husband to eat, it's all about portion control, and they gave him just enough variety of everything. It just hit the spot. So that's another thing we're going to work on is portion control. But we know we can't do it all at the start. You're going to have to defeat those cravings that, you know, we've been feeding for years. But it's just a lifestyle change, and we're just going to have to do it because his heart needs a lifestyle change. So that's what we're going to do. But just sprinkle your red pepper over the top, or maybe you don't like peppers. Maybe you'd like to have some jalapenos on here. I never thought about that. Leave the peppers off and put something else on there that you like. I didn't buy any tomatoes, but tomatoes is always an option to put on. But that is just coming together really pretty. So let's cut up a few of those onions. And then I think we're going to be ready to top our pizza. Let's get rid of these sickly little guys over here. I'll just remind you guys one more time how much we appreciate you all. That's one goal. We got to get those watch hours in. So, hey, go back and watch some of our other videos again. But we're going to start doing some more healthy things to eat. We're going to have to, because that's the lifestyle change we're going to have to make. But tonight we thought, you know, some pizza would be good. So we're going to try to do it a little healthier. But anyway, we appreciate everyone out there. If you guys believe in Jesus Christ, say a prayer for us. Put us on your prayer list. We appreciate you. And if you've got prayer requests, if you're having struggles in your life, drop us a line, because we're the praying people here. We will definitely pray for you also. So we're going to sprinkle this onions right on top of there. We're about ready to put that cheese on. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this maybe with some, I don't know, tin foil, or that, I can't think what the other name, that Glad wrap, seal it up so all those different flavors will marry together. And we're going to let it cool a while, and then we'll cut it. Let's move it over here and get some cheese on it. Like I said, I could not find fat-free cheese. I know I've bought it before, but I could not find it at my store. I'm just going to use the fancy shredded Parmesan cheese. That'll give it an extra little kick of flavor. And what I'm going to do, I'm not just going to drown it in cheese. I'm just going to sprinkle it lightly. And maybe you don't like Parmesan cheese. Try something else. Use some sharp cheese. Whatever's good that you guys would want to substitute it with. I'm just going to press that all down into our mixture there. And there you guys have it. That is our veggie pizza. Isn't that beautiful? That's going to be a healthier version of the pizza, the greasy pizza that you get at the local convenience store, but we're just trying to do it up healthier here at the 412 Homestead. Guys, if you got some suggestions, tips, please leave it in the comments. We appreciate each and every one of you. We're glad to be back home. Thank the Lord we're back home, both of us. And we're going to just let this chill, and we're going to try it here in a little bit. But God bless each and every one of you, and check back with us. See what we're going to do next here at the 412 Homestead. Till we see you again, God bless.